Alright, this is more like it. So it's above zero now. It still drops below zero in the night, but it's warming up, which is making a wonderful skating rink here. But this is my chance to get the differential in. So we're gonna go hard on that and get that thing in here before the end of the weekend. So this is cleaning time now. I gotta get all this off of here. And you can see there's still some remnants from the past. I don't know if you can see through there. So to get that all clean out of there, I don't see any debris. But, and there's that bearing I was talking about. So it must just get oil from the ring gear splashing around. It just kind of splashes up there and picks it up. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm gonna get this back cover off, clean all this stuff out of here, and get it good and ready. And we're gonna bring the forklift over and just chain fall like I took it out, lower it in here, get some new gasket material, give it a push, torque it up, and put some drive shafts on. So taking a look up front here, I'm willing to bet that's the pickup for the Speedo, so I'm not going to know how fast I'm going. But these guys, they weren't too bad when I took the U-joint ears off. So I'm hoping I don't have to replace this yoke here. I'll put the new ones in and see if they're sloppy at all. And then that's probably the first time this thing's turned in quite a while. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's get rolling. So just cleaning off the gunk here to get at the nuts. And then we just zip them off. My trusty electric impact. Oh, full stud came out. Yeah, well, put some sealant around that. And just keep working away here. And of course, couldn't quite get the impact into these last few. I'm gonna do them old school by hand. You know, I was kind of thinking maybe I should have removed this fifth wheel plate after doing all this work in here. But maybe someday I'll take it off and see how bad the frame is up there. But man, it's getting tougher and tougher to crawl in between all these, between the tires. But at least the ground's still frozen. So hopefully we can get this differential in without getting any dirt in there or mud. Because I think in about a week, this is going to be quite a mud pit down in here. So, yeah, just slowly but surely taking everything out. Oh yeah, looks like that was a stud before, and used lots of blue. I'm gonna go with black silicone. I heard that that blue works just as good. Had to buy, of course, another jug of oil, another 5 gallons of oil, and those that buy that regularly know that stuff costs money. 5 gallon pail of 75.90 was just over $200, so it's not a cheap cheap deal for pretty much anything on this truck. So for those of you that are thinking of I gotta use a thin wall socket there. Those of you that are thinking of going after a project like this, you better have deep pockets and a lot of patience. There we go. But it's sure gonna feel good to get this old girl on the road this year. That's the goal. I mean, it won't be finished. I'll be able to do the body work until probably next year, until I can save up a little more money. But just to drive her down the road with the windows rolled down, I think is going to be pretty darn cool after spending all these hours up here in the snow and the rain and the mud. But I think it's going to feel pretty darn good. It'll be quite a feeling of accomplishment for sure. But yeah, no, I wanted to also make a quick note. You know, sometimes I do demonstrations. I stop and start the video, and I may not be wearing the best PPE when I do the demonstration, but you know, I'm a big fan of safety first, and anyone that's going to tackle a project like this, or even working around your house or on your car, make sure you're wearing the right masks and safety glasses, safety goggles. I mean, see if you can, obviously we talk a lot about in industry about eliminating the hazard before you start the work, and then use PPE as the last line of defense. But you know, keep yourself safe out there, folks, when you're working on this stuff. Always think about what could happen, and make sure you plan for it. Especially with this big heavy stuff, you could really get hurt. So make sure you're wearing safety glasses and masks for dusts and all that good stuff. So with that, we'll just keep grinding away here, see if I can get this cover off. So the nice thing is I can get in on this side because I have it out. I'm just gonna give it a few hits, a little love taps, try and get her out of there. There she goes. Close. That is a lot of gasket material on there. There she goes. Right. Okay. Put her down. Okay. Well, in there. Now we got, we can see right on through. All right. Now the fun part, cleaning. So there's one side down. I just used the gasket scraper and slowly picked away at getting it all off of there. I was reading the installation instructions, and it says make sure that you don't score this, because obviously if you do, it may impact the ability for the gasket to seal the oil and keep the oil in there. And then I cleaned up the threads as well. These studs have kind of seen better days, but I think they'll still work. And then I'll run the bolts through the holes and make sure I clean those out as well. So there's one face down, 2 to go. I gotta do the back side there, and then of course the cover. So just keep picking away at it. And there you go, all nice and clean. So, have to get in out of here. That's ready to go. Now I got to clean all this gunk out of the bottom there, so I'll dump the drain plug and drain out that, and then start cleaning that in the axle tubes. Was able to clean off the nameplate. And it's funny, it says it's a D40, yet center section, I got the ear center set, it's a 46,000. At least that's what I'm putting in, so I guess she's a little beefier. Maybe it's an older housing. Interestingly enough, this truck was actually in a bit of an accident years ago, where it just about drove over a Chevy half-ton in an intersection, and this axle, this differential, actually got kicked back. So the owner was telling me that he had to go and get a new one of these, new housing from Badger, and bolted it in. So maybe it was a 40,000, just a tube, but a 46,000 center section. That's also the reason the hood's kind of crooked, because like I say, just about drove over a pickup truck. But thank goodness no one was hurt. All right, keep picking away. So that's kind of a bummer. This is the arm or tripod that my daughter bought me for Christmas that I was using, and I guess it's just not beefy enough for this application. Unfortunately, I broke the clamp trying to jiggle it around and hold it in the right place. So I'll keep doing my best. I'll probably have to try and get something a little heavier duty, but I'll keep doing my best to maybe just prop the camera up and so you guys can see what I'm up to. Yeah, so got some material in there. We'll clean this up. Magnet still works. I'm really glad I listened to my YouTube followers and gave those recommendations to swap out the diff. I mean, this would have spun around in there and done a lot of damage. So, like the one viewer said, teeth don't grow back. So we'll just keep cleaning this out of here and at least
now we know that this guy's done right, and hopefully there's nothing wrong with the back diff. But we'll get going on the Varso. One thing I was going to recommend is these rubber Gorilla gloves. They work fantastic for keeping your hands from getting just covered in the black paint, which is diesel and gear oil. So really recommend them. Usually get them in one size a little larger than what you'd normally wear with a leather glove, because otherwise they're too tight. When you go to pull them on, they just tear. So, but boy, do they ever work fantastic. Get a box of those for about 10 or 15 bucks and keep your hands a little cleaner. So really recommend them. I'm just trying to do a final cleaning of the axle tube, so I'm just getting some clean vars on, reaching in there. Get as much metal as I can out of here. Look at that, still some. So boy, that stuff went everywhere. When the divider let go. So I think spending a little extra time making sure this is clean enough to eat off of will be time well spent. Get all those little bits of metal out of there. The cleaner the better. So I'm just cleaning up the back cover. I was able to get the seal out, the old seal. Interesting, I don't know. The previous owner had a double seal. I guess he really wanted to make sure that he was going to keep the oil out. I don't think that's proper. So he had that one in there like that, and then this second one over top. So the gear center, when I got them to give me a new seal, they gave me this guy here. So it's going to go right in there. Now the trick's going to be is putting this in without the proper installation tool. So I think I'm just going to have to work on these outer rings and just try and slowly bang it in there once I get the new bearing in, of course. Nice and straight. And then, sure enough, there's a little snap ring to pop out and then get that old bearing out. So doing a little forensics here, finally getting it clean enough to see, but obviously one of those pieces got caught in the ring gear and then got pressed against this cover. So she must have been making some noise when this was going out. Again, I think we found the reason it was parked. So I'm using a little pick. There seems to be a lip right at the very end of the tube. You can kind of see it there. And I felt a little material in there, so I used the pick to dig it out, and then I've been using the magnet plug. I just clean it up and then I go in there and give it a little sweep. So it's a good trick to try and get that last bit of material. And I always get a kick out of this Waylon song. Little Waylon trivia for you. This a lot of people think this song's about his wife Jessie or some other girl, but it's actually about cocaine. I read the book about his that his son wrote, and he said that he's looking for a feeling like the first time he did cocaine, and then it never is good. So a little bit of trivia for you there. But yeah, so pull the old bearing out, clean this up. I'm gonna repaint this flat black, clean it up. I should almost get a new temperature sensor. But yeah, coming together. I get all the old grease off of there and get her put back together.